I am tired of bars in America that have been ruined by the TV show Bar Rescue. If you're not familiar, it's a TV show hosted by John Taffer, a Gotham City madman who goes around and finds popular drinking establishments around the country that are just having a little bit of trouble, and he shows up and there's a loud, large bully with no talents except the wrong advice for a bar. We need TVs everywhere. That's always the recommendation. Every time you open a door in this place, you should be confronted with a television. Every game, every sport, TV, TV, TV. That's what makes women want to drink. He's a self-proclaimed expert in what makes women want to drink. Let me tell you what makes women want to drink. Nobody I trust more in that regard than someone who could talk pedantically down to a grown-up, responsible alcoholics as if they're children. I watched a lot of the episodes because I waste my life, and given the pandemic that just happened, a lot of the advice leading right up to it was really bad. He was going into bars and being like, people are too spread out here. We need close quarters. Jam them together, okay? There's a patio outside. Close it. You're wasting money. Women aren't gonna drink unless they're crammed together at the bottom of the salad plate. There needs to be a television. Shared plates, okay? Am I right? Karaoke and spitting contest. I realized I just kind of stumbled into, like when you were a kid and they were like, coming up, comedy, HBO, and somebody was doing some nonsense thing. And I just did it. I just did it for you. Thank you for joining me here at the Elysian Theater. I don't know if you know this, the Elysian is Armenian. You can tell because it's the IAN at the end of it. It's the Harry and Ani Elysian Foundation. We're very grateful to them. Did Armenians make it here tonight? What? That's, well, okay. They tried to stop us, but we're here tonight at least. Been a rough couple of years for the Armenians worldwide. There was some war crimes committed against us. There was a blockade or two. And then you try to tune into the news, it doesn't get, no matter what happens to Armenians, it doesn't get on the news. You tune into CNN and they're like, the Armenians, we've heard the word, we don't know what they are. Armenians are out there, I guess. If you want to find out more, we suggest you go to tune into the BBC, they'll know. Turn on the BBC, they're not much better. They're like, the Armenians. What really are the Armenians? Armenia, a faraway land, beyond the boundaries of human empathy. Do they truly deserve human rights? To answer this question, we'll be joined this hour by two experts. One of them, a sitting cabinet member in the government of Turkey, and the other, an executive at a petroleum corporation. People are like, he's doing it. He's jamming the Armenian stuff into the special. I know Americans don't care about Armenians. I understand that. But let me try another angle. Americans really do care about a lot Star Wars. So let's try this. Armenians are Wookiees. Large, loud, hairy. They're very good at space chess. Sometimes there's bullets for no reason at all across the chest. Unfortunately, we have a language that's very hard for almost everyone to understand. Only Lord Byron and Han Solo have ever figured it out. No, Chewie, it's not donor, it's Heroes, Chewie. Each person. Some of you are like, James, you don't even look Armenian. Yeah, well, I've been to Armenia. You know what they say there? You don't look Armenian like that. So glad to be here tonight. Yeah, wait till I lose you. So, I've been flying on Delta Airlines lately. No particular loyalty. They're a major corporation like any other, and I think they should be broken up and run by the government. I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter. For far too long, the top 1% of the top 10% of the top 1% of the first row has controlled more legroom than the bottom 90% of the right of the ball. That is the check. So these days, for me, it's Delta. Mostly it's because when I fly there, they call me a Sky Priority. And I like the sound of that. At first, it's too much. You're like, Sky Priority? Please, I'm a regular citizen like everyone else. One man, one vote. I never asked for anything more. Please, my father was a Sky Priority. But then they keep repeating it. They massage your ego with it, with little perks. Oh, right this way, Sky Priority, a slightly shorter line. And then you find yourself agreeing with it, like, well, yes, of course. There's a certain ring to it after all. Sky Priority. There's nothing wrong with that. My mother always said we were destined for greatness. Sky Priority. I think I deserve a separately stanchioned entrance once in a while. Excuse me, are you staring at me? I'm going to move my bag over here. You can look in your own direction. I'm a Sky Priority, thank you. Well, it means that I'm a priority of these damn skies. All the airlines, they have little categories that they have to compliment you. Make you feel special because you paid too much money or you got lucky and you're in exit row or something. They have these frequent flyer programs. They've been doing these since the 1980s. And it used to start out with just gold. That was the that was what it all was 40 years ago. Congratulations, you're one of our gold members. But they had to pile on more shit to sound more special than that over the years. So at this point, gold status is the lowest category on any air. Gold is the worst. When they board the flight, they're like, we now welcome gold. Boo. Gold will board last in shame. Gold will be stuffed into the fuselage along with the luggage. Now they have all these categories that are outrank gold, and it's when you board the flight, it's just a parade of precious metals and gemstones. To get on the fucking flight, when they board, they're like, we now prepare to welcome aboard all members of the elite Sapphire Squadron. All the rest of you will bow your heads. Contemplate the sacrifice of the Sapphire Squadron. And you will kneel in respect and deference as the Sapphire Squadron. The jetway is yours. Oh, what's this? The sacred horn of the sky? What a rare and lucky day. That means that we have someone that outranks even the Sapphire Squadron. The Sapphire Squadron must yield. Yes, yes, yield, I say. For today we welcome aboard a member of the Hermetic Order of the Platinum Chalice. Whatever it is, there's one guy. He's like, well, yes, I'm Platinum Chalice. I'm wearing my epaulets to prove it. I flew 50,000 miles yesterday. Here's the one extra bag that entitles me to excuse me. I'm a member of the Platinum Chalice. I am a member of the Sapphire Squadron, and I suggest you tread lightly. I am also beloved of this airline. Oh, the Sapphire Squadron! I've heard of you. Out of my way, dog! You will pay for this insolence once the One World Alliance hears of it. That's what's happening on Delta Airlines. That's what's happening in the shadow realm. Get into it. Open your eyes. Open your third eyes. It's true, you might have heard ahead of time if you read the notices in any newspaper that happened to smell like lavender. I am a notorious homosexual. Well, you know who's gay now. Everybody's cheering. I'm a friend of Dorothy. That's just a bartender at the bar I go to. I don't always, I'm confused people sometimes. I don't always look or sound gay places I go. Sometimes I get taken for an undercover cop at a pride parade. I get it. I'm okay with that. I understand why. I show up oftentimes with a backpack. I'm taller than 6 feet tall. That's what an undercover cop looks like. And I ask a lot of questions when I show up places. I'm like, hey, you guys are all gay, right? Yeah, me too. I'm gay. I'm definitely. Oh, I'm for sure gay. Yeah, whoa. It's so fun being gay, isn't it? Yeah. I forgot everybody's name. Could you repeat your name for me? I just forgot your name. That's all. Do you guys like Puerto Vallarta? Me too. What'd you bring back? Do you want to party? Do you have stuff to party with? I'm gay, and I'm also 43 years old. That's another way of saying I used to be gay. Now I'm like an advisor on campus, some old counselor who's like, why, yes, thank you for asking. I do have experience in the field you're interested in. I'm happy to offer you advice and guidance. My office hours are posted. My door is open always. Wide open, you might say. I'm never free, but I'm always available. Oh. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. There used to be people on the internet 10 years ago who would comment on my videos and be like, boy, oh boy, James Adomian, hubba hubba, I'm jerking off right now. Those people are still around, but they've gotten slowly disappointed over the years. They're no longer posting these comments on Tumblr. Now they're on cooler websites. And the comments are more like, when did James Adomian become this like burned out Brooklyn, Silver Lake, beer gut, washed up hipster? And I'm like, please have mercy on me. I'm slowly dying. I'm sorry I can't curate a look for you when it's whack-off time. I am slowly falling down a hole into hell. I also, from time to time, I can look like a failed older gay writer. I love that. The failed writer look, and for me, that's aspirational because I've never tried. And there's something romantic to me about being a like one of these over-the-hill writers who's like, I used to be important. I wrote novels and screenplays, and it's not me who grew more conservative. It's the rest of the country who got too liberal. My ideas are normal. My right-wing gay ideas, why aren't they tolerated? I was rudely thrown out of a Vanity Fair party because I refused to use people's pronouns. Why should a man of letters be burdened with pronouns? I love these guys. I love when they throw their tantrum interviews. Oh, I'm no longer allowed to write what I want to write. You have to follow me on Substack. It's catnip to me. Oh, yes, absolutely. You have a stack I can subscribe to? Please, let me see it. Like, oh, in the Soviet system, I would have been exiled to Siberia, but now, in our current regime, I'm consigned to Substack. And I'm always curious. I'm like, yes, what won't they let you write about? Let me see it. And you go there, and it's the same shit they complain about in the interviews, just on the Substack page. Over and over and over again. You scroll down their blog, and that's all Substack is. Substack is a blog. We just stopped using the word blog because it sounds like vomiting walruses. But you get there, and it's just the same complaints. Oh, I'm a right-wing gay, and they won't allow me to do it. And I'm like, yes, what's the writing that you're trying to do that they won't let you? I'm here. I came to your hovel, you persecuted writer. Show me your crumpled pages. You have to scroll down for months into the past. Finally, 6 months previously, there's finally a post where they're like, here's a sample of my unpublishable novel. Chapter the 17th. Oh, he was wet, all right. The young, virile, gay street worker took one look at the older, gay male writer and could tell that he was wet and willing and yet wise. He decided then and there that, oh yes, he would dominate this older, gay male writer. He would force him to submit. He would have his way with his body. As they wiped their brows, the young street worker thought to himself he might roll over and perhaps learn something from this right-wing gay writer. Something wise about the country. Perhaps he might even end the night by subscribing to his Substack page.